You hungry, little guy? You want a little more?
So can I just tell you, I think
Yes.
I have interviewed you for every movie, or at least every franchise that you've been a part of, at least for the last 10 years.
I believe that.
Every
We're
time
co-workers at this
we
point.
are oh, God, I'm going to put that on my resume.
That's true.
Every time I know I'm going to interview you or see one of your movies, I associate you with the word happiness.
Oh, that's nice.
Because you're always nice, you always do great projects. They might make $1 billion, but you're just like, you just choose movies that people love. So I'm wondering, who is your happy person? Like the person you're going to see at work, or the person who you watch on screen? Like, who's your happy person?
Oh, man. That's such a good question. I mean, Bill Murray is a happy person for me. I love Bill Murray. I love Amy Poehler. I just saw her recently at a birthday party for Rob Lowe, and it made me so happy. All my Parks cast makes me happy. All my Guardians cast makes me happy. I've always like loved these actors out there and dreamed of working with them, but I've found that like the ones who make me the most happy are the people that I actually have relationships with,
Yeah.
having worked with them, and so. It's kind of amazing, this business. You like us, like we've worked together now
So many times.
So many times. You kind of, it's like a little bit like a circus. Like the winds blow and you're brought together with these families of people and you spend time together and it's great. And then they blow again and then might not see each other for a while, and it's the nature of the business. But I really love that about it.
So now that there's a lot of dairy in this film, and now that I've buttered you up, there's my
Oh,
pun for the
there
day.
you go. Okay.
There you
Thank
go.
you, Nikki. Nice work.
Can you remember any of the Lactose Farms jingle and care to recite any of it?
Lactose Farms. We've got milk and dairy and cheeses. Anything you like, whatever you pleases. I can't remember the whole song, but I had to sing it over and over again. It's really good.
Nailed it.
Thank you. Did I?
That was awesome.
Thank you.
So this movie is going to kick off
Yes.
summer movie season.
You're right.
So excited about that.
It's the summer of Garfield.
It is the summer of Garfield. It is such a great movie, by the way. But I was wondering for you, like I was reading, you said something about when you were a kid, you would open the comics and
Yes.
read Garfield.
Yes.
And then you would look at movie listings.
Yes.
So as a kid and now, what does summer movie season mean to you?
Oh, I mean, there's going to be a slew of these big tent poles coming in, these big events that you can't miss. You don't want to miss it in the theater. The communal experience of going out, getting your popcorn, loading up in the car, driving there, maybe doing it on a weekend. And for me as a kid, it would be like a weekend where you're going you're floating the river and you're out in the sun for the first time in forever, because I grew up in Seattle, and so you'd have like 9 months of rain and then finally it was sunny.
You'd have that one day.
It was in that one day of sun, and it was joyous and wonderful, and then you'd go end it at the cinema. Yeah, it's the summer movies kind of punctuate your years growing up, and you remember that was the year that Jurassic World came out, or Jurassic Park came out, or whatever, whatever this big summer blockbuster is came out, Independence Day, or whatever it is.
I realize you've covered all the decades now, because this Garfield came out in the 70s.
Yes.
Mario in the 80s.
Yes.
Jurassic in the 90s. Bride Wars you were in
That's
the
right.
2000s.
My wife's favorite movie that I've ever done.
No way.
She says, there's one piece of cinema you've been part of, Bride Wars.
When's the sequel, Chris? That's
I don't know.
what I want to know.
I know. Divorce Wars?
Divorce. I love it. I
Divorce.
love it. See how we work together?
Yeah, that's really good.
But I'm wondering for you, do you have a movie from the 80s, you were an 80s kid, that you still want to bring back? Either voice acting or...
Man.
I know, it's a tough one.
He-Man.
You'd be a great He-Man.
Thank you. He-Man, Masters of the Universe. There was a He-Man movie that came out that was actually not bad. I haven't seen it recently. I imagine it doesn't hold up, but I remember as a kid watching it and being like, this is the best movie ever. Of course, the animated series I loved. A movie version of He-Man would be pretty epic.
It's happening.
It's got to happen, right?
It's time.
It's just like way over the top, super comedy.
Yeah.
I think it'd be great.
So you've heard of ugly eating or ugly crying, right?
Yes.
I think because of this movie, there should be a thing. We should normalize ugly eating.
Yes.
Like in a restaurant. Why
Yes.
why should you be polite eating and,
You're right.
and sipping lovely?
Yes.
When was the last time you went for a full ugly eat?
I'll tell you, it was just Easter.
Okay.
I gave up sugar for Lent. And so at the end of the Easter dinner, my wife was like, very sweetly, when you break Lent, what would you like to have? What desserts? I was like, oh. game on. And so I just had every dessert you could possibly imagine. And it was like that scene in Stand By Me where the guy incites the vomit wars. Remember, like, done! I just like passed one pie, then passed the cake, then passed the cookies. I ugly ate.
And then real quick, what's the family recipe, the Chris Pratt family recipe that you can't, because there's so much family eating in this movie and snacking, and I know you've got your snacks that you like. So either your favorite family recipe that you want to share with us or your favorite midnight snack.
Well, my favorite family recipe was something that my mom used to make, and I think it's like this casserole. It would be probably terrible to anybody who didn't have the sentimental attachment to it that I have, but it had water chestnuts, frozen broccoli, chicken breast, cream of mushroom soup, lots of mayonnaise. I think it had some cornflakes on it, some noodles. It's this, and she would make it probably once a week. Or calico beans. Mom, her calico beans, that's it. She made something called calico beans. It had hamburger, every kind of bean, a whole bunch of sugar, a whole bunch of other stuff. I don't know, but it was terrific. Mom, calico beans. I need to get her. We remind me to get my mom's calico beans recipe. I'm eating that as soon as I can.
You literally are Garfield.
Yes, I am. In fact, I am, yes.